Hello and welcome to the channel, and I have to say this is a huge apocalypse battle, and it's going to be a battle report. It's going to be the first battle report on the channel, and what a way to start than to have a classic. It is the Imperium versus the invasion of the Tyranids, and the forces of the Imperial Guard and a few chapters of the Adeptus Astartes. The Ultramarines are here, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, you name it. Quite a few iconic chapters are here. As you can see, there's a huge battle. This is the biggest apocalypse battle I've ever involved with, I think. It's huge. It's absolutely massive. So this would be about 18 foot by another 12, 12 foot, 18, another 12 foot. It's a encirclement here, and the Imperium has to defend these key objectives. We'll walk through what they are. We'll go through here. You've got the wasteland here, entrenchment. You can imagine the Imperial Guard defending this trench line along here. Look at that. We set this up yesterday with a team of about 6 of us, and it took about 3 hours to set up, but I believe it's all paid off for your viewing pleasure, and it's going to be incredibly fun. It's going to be pandemonium because all the armies have yet to be deployed, and that there's around 16 people that are competing in this game. And look at this, going around here, the industrial area, these new buildings here. There you go. We've got anti-air defences here. And then you've got a whole load of Dragon's Teeth tank trap defences, and Imperial City just being bombarded. And over here is one of the main buildings, the cathedral. Then we go around this side. There's the woodland here. This is the boundary where the Tyranids won't be coming on, because we've got an entire army here, which we'll show you in a minute. So what we're going to do is going to point out the objectives for this mission. So we've got the airfield here. That's the primary objective there. There's 6 of them in total. There's one there. That's objective number 4. And we walk around here. Objective marker number 3 near the plasma obliterator. And then over here near the bastions, objective marker number 5. Just there. And then we've got any other objectives there. There's one there on the Sky Shield landing pad, on there, which is objective marker number 6, number 2, which is the cathedral, and objective marker number 1, which is near the Exterminatus bomb, if things go pear-shaped. So how this game works is Tyranids will have basically never-ending wave. But there's slight advantages that they will have. They get never-ending wave, which means basically reinforcements will constantly turn up. And they have these holes that are pre-dug by Tyranids, done by these infiltrators. So they come through out there. And how that works is they spend 2 command points, and they choose 1 unit to come out. So that does include Carnifexes, unlike the normal rules, to give the Tyranids a chance. So you see there's one just over there, one there. There's actually quite a few holes, and it's taking forever to walk around this place. So is there any other holes around here? Oh, there's one over there. You see there? One there. And another one there, and are there any others? Oh, there's one just over there. I think there's about 6 of them, and that's where Tyranids will pop out and do their dirty work by getting stuck in with the Imperial Guard. So this is going to be a really exciting battle. I'm really looking forward to this. Everyone's looking forward to it. It's been long expected. It's one of the club's main dreams, is to have a massive apocalyptic battle like this. We've never had one of these battle reports before. It's going to be a challenge to coordinate, but we believe it's going to be nicely streamlined. We have a plan as to how this mission will turn up. Remember, the stakes are high for the Imperium and battle is imminent. Let's take a look at the armies. Right, this is the first detachment for the Imperium. It's the Ultramarines. This is basically a demi-company, and it is a battalion detachment, so therefore we have 6 command points. And the Warlord trait for this army is I regenerate command points on a roll for 5+. And the leader of the force is the one and only Cato Sicyrus, has been sent to this sector. And that's his Warlord trait there, and his secondary commander is a lieutenant. He is equipped with a combi melter and a power sword. 3 Vindicators over here. We have a Predator Destructor with the Astartes autocannon and Sponson las cannons. We have here an assault squad. You can see here it's literally, there's no proxying whatsoever. So therefore he's got a plasma pistol and a thunderhammer and combat shield. Flamer and plasma pistol for that squad. I may split them up into combat squads. I'll try and decide later on. We have a Devastator squad. Now this army is kind of make it as fluffy as possible. The great thing about 8th edition is that you can now split fire. So I have the Sergeant here, which is equipped with a combi grav, a las cannon, 1 heavy bolter, a plasma cannon, and a missile launcher, and 5 other Marines to protect him. And a dedicated transport is the Rhino with the Devastator insignia. And then I have for my elites, I have Tyrannic War Veterans, how fitting for this scenario, which is perfect, and a unit of 6 of Stern Guard. Both of these units are equipped with special ammunition. We've got here a combi melter, and the sergeant's equipped with a power fist. The leader is the sergeant here for the Tyrannic War Veterans. He's got a combat knife, which basically counts as +1 attack on his profile. And then we have for my troops choices, so it makes it a nice demi-company, tactical squad number 4. We have a power axe for the sergeant and a stormbolter, missile launcher and plasma pistol. And then we've got here another sergeant here for tactical squad number 5. It's a combi melter, melter gun and melter gun. Sorry, multi-melter and melter gun for that squad. So it's anti-tank capability or anti-monstrous creature capability. And then you have a Rhino for the transport as well. And then the last squad here is the sergeant equipped with a power maul, and it's got a bolt pistol, plasma pistol, and a melter gun as well. Dedicated transport is the Rhino. So this is the Ultramarines task force, and Cato is technically command, even though there may be a chapter master present. But Cato has orders from Rabute Gilliman himself to protect this planet at all costs. So the mission is vital because there are many lives to save, and important when it comes to saving the planet. The reason being is probably because they have a whole load of resources here on the planet and a governor we have to protect. So the stakes are high. So the Ultramarines have realised it is an important mission, and they have been sent to deal with the Tyranid threat. Right, this is the Imperial Guard Task Force. This is basically an entire company of Imperial Guard. What we'll do is we'll go through the first corps with the first platoon really, which is this section here. So this would be one army. So you've got the Macarius Vanquisher here. We've got the Valkyrie Vendetta with the 6 las cannons. We've got Chimera, which will dedicate transport to the company command. And then we have a Chimera, which is a dedicated transport to the platoon command. 3 squads of infantry. Each squad of infantry, the sergeant's got a chainsword. We've got a Vox caster and a grenade launcher per squad. And they've got Hellhound here with the Inferno Cannon and hull-mounted heavy flamer. And you've got the company command tank, which is a single model, which counts as an HQ choice. But then each squadron has a tank commander as well. So we'll do this one here to represent the tank commander. And he's equipped with Sponson multi-melters and hull-mounted las cannon and a demolisher cannon. Same here with the demolisher cannons, but Sponson las cannon, Sponson plasma cannons, and Sponson heavy bolters for this one. So that's that task force there, and the amount of command points is 1. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17 command points for this detachment. So there's one army here, another army here, and another army there. So for the second platoon we have a Manticore here, Chimera, dedicated transport for the platoon. It's basically exactly the same layout, except these are battle cannon Lehman Russes. And then in support of that would be the Baneblade, equipped with the Baneblade cannon, and everything as you can see. And then over here for the reserve platoons we have a recon force of 3 Scout Sentinels. We have Ogrins as well, with a Bonehead, which is that guy there. And we've got 5 heavy weapons squads, 1 of each. So we've got auto cannons, heavy bolters, las cannons, missile launchers and mortars. And another squadron of Lehman Russes, each is equipped with a tank commander. And then we've got the Storm Lord, which is equipped with the Vulcan Mega Bolter. We'll try that out on its debut for 8th edition. And it has a transport capacity of 40, so basically you can transport an entire platoon if he wants to. As you can see here, there's no points limit because it is actually a narrative game for the mission today, which makes it a lot easier, a lot quicker to calculate points, which is one of the great things about 8th edition. You have lots of versatility when it comes to gameplay. So that's the forces of the Imperial Guard that I have that will be at the disposal to save the Governor and protect him at all costs. So it's a narrative game, so there's no points limit, which makes it a lot simpler, but try to make it as narrative as possible, make it as law-based as possible for the purposes of this mission. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the huge swarm of Tyranids that they'll have to face against. Right, this Tyranid army here has been painted by the members of SSWG. We're very grateful for their effort that they've done to make the swarm even more bigger. Look at that. Lots of little creatures and big creatures alike. So what they've done is that they've painted extra Ripper Swarms, extra Hormagaunts, Termagaunts, and Termagaunts with Devourers, and also a whole load of Warriors as well, so it gives them good synapse here. And then we've got Gene Stealers, 2 units of Gene Stealers here, Broodlord and another Broodlord. And then we have Ripper Swarms, the new, sorry, not Ripper Swarms, they are Raveners, this squad. And then we have Lictors as well, Hive Tyrant and 3 extra Carnifexes, and then more Termagaunts here. And then we're going to try a Tyrannofex for the debut for the first time. Never fought against one of these. It would be very interesting to have, and also we have a Trigon Prime as well. And this will count as a Harpy for the purposes of the game. And that's the forces that SSWG have painted. We're very thankful once again for their effort in always working hard to make these battle reports extra special. This channel is sponsored by this club for your viewing pleasure. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at Luke's forces. Luke and I have painted over the years. So we've got a whole load of Ripper Swarms here, Termagaunts, 3 huge units of 30 of Termagaunts, and then we've got a whole big unit of Termagaunts with Devourers. We've got 3 units of 30 Hormagaunts. We have 64 Gene Stealers. We don't know what we're going to do with the extra 4, probably just a small unit of Gene Stealers, and extra Hormagaunts as well, spare. So this is the entire collection of Tyranids. So Warriors, whole load of Warriors, whole load of Carnifexes here, and then we've got 6 Raveners, a brood of venom thropes, 5 lictors, and we've got a hive crone for our air support, 2 hive tyrants. One of them has got a set of scything talons, the other hive tyrants equipped with devourers. And then we've got a tervagon, which spews out an extra 10 tervagants for 3. And we've got one of each of the deep striking monstrous creatures. So we've got a Morlock, a Trigon, and then a Trigon Prime, an Exocrine for heavy support, Hive Tyrant on foot with Tyrant Guard, and I think that is about it. In total that is 31 command points, and what a mess. And remember, these keep coming on. There is a never-ending wave. And to speed the game up, we've given this army here universal synapse, so morale will not be faltered. They will ignore morale tests for this entire army. That's one of the bonuses that they will get. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at more in depth of the objectives. Right, here we go. The Apocalypse battle has begun. The Tyranids have taken the initiative. There is so much to report in this battle report, we cannot literally take it all in, so to speak. So just doing key moments on the battles. So these have yet to come on, this unit here. The warriors are on. They're coming on to attack the Imperial Guard's left flank. And then over here we have got a whole brood of Carnifexes and Tyrannifex and the Hive Tyrant with the Tyrant Guard, with that unit there. And they are taking on the spearhead of the actual company. That tank was destroyed by the combination of firepower of the Carnifexes with the heavy venom cannons and the Tyrannifex. It didn't blow up, so it is just a smouldering wreck. But the purpose for the smouldering wreck is for aesthetic purposes, so it gives it more cinematic view for your viewing pleasure. And over here, looks like the Tyranids are going to attack the airfield over here, and accompanied by a Death Watch task force to defend the airfield, which is vital because we get +1 command point for bringing on extra reserves. So this is the Imperial Guard's left flank. And over here, on the right, the Imperials, accompanied by Blood Angels, they're going to hold off against this onslaught over here of Tyranids, and then the Ultramarines and a detachment of Blood Angels are here to protect the centre. The Tyrannic War veterans have taken a bit of firepower from the Flesh Boars from the Tyranids, and they are still alive, they're still intact. Morale is good. Take the fight to the enemy, and we've got Devastator Squad ready to unleash hell against the Tyranids over here. And then over here we have Gene Stealer cults have turned up, a whole load of Gene Stealers to take out the factory. And it's actually quite a desperate situation for the Blood Angels. But thankfully we have a detachment of Custodies to help out the Blood Angels at this crucial time. The psychic phase has all been done, hardly any damage has been sustained. So is the Imperials time to respond? They're just doing their charge phase at the moment. We're just giving you the main summary of what's happened on each turn. So I hope you enjoy this battlefield as we go through. Right, the Baneblade, we're just going to record the key moments of this Apocalypse battle. The Baneblade cannon is going to target at that Tyrannifex over there. So, here we go. It's 2d6 shots, so that's 11 shots for the Baneblade cannon. I'm just going to get the dice. Right, it's 11 dice, I need 4s to hit. That's pretty good. Take away the 3s and the 2s and the 1s. Now this weapon is strength 9, AP -3 and 3 damage each. So it's all wounded. So it's AP -3. So Chris is going to make 7 6-up saves, and if he fails each one of these, it is 3 damage each. So Chris is going to roll, and he rolls 2 saves. So that is 9, 12, 15 points of damage. Oh dear, death row. So on a roll of 6, it goes mad. No, so it's gone mad. But the Tyrannifex has been slain. Okay, it's the end of turn 1 of the Imperials. Catus Sicarius has slain the Carnifex and has consolidated with the Lieutenant and the Dreadnought.
Give me a hive turret.
3 inches towards the closest enemy. Cato hasn't consolidated. There.
I need enough. I need
Tyrians are still threatening. The Stern Guard have made short work of some of the warriors, have taken damage, and the Melter has hit the Carnifex and has only suffered 1 damage. Taken fire support as well from the Devastator Squad from this building in the Cathedral, and the Carnifex has got 3 wounds left. It's still threatening. The Predator, Destructor has fired his lascans and completely missed, but the Adeptus Astartes autocannon has killed a warrior outright, as it does 3 damage. Vindicators have made some kills against the Termagants with the Demolisher cannons. And over here, the Cathedral is under threat with the Tyranids coming in to attack the cathedral, but we do have tactical squads inside the rhinos ready to unleash the bolters and heavyweights. There's vicious melees going on near the factory. It looks like Commander Dante has joined in the fight and has taken heed to Gilliman's orders, and he's helping out his brothers on the Sky Shield landing pad against those Gene Stealers, trying to finish them off. Gene Stealer cult has unleashed their ambush, still a threat to this sector here. Blood Angels still holding onto the objective technically on turn 1. And we go over here, not much fighting going on in this sector, but there's Ripper Swarms coming out of these holes here, a few Termagants coming out there. And now these Termagants threatening the flank of this Imperial Guard detachment. The Macaris Vanquisher has finished off the warriors that were threatening over there. And then we've got reinforcements coming out now. We've got a Trigon Prime and another Trigon, plus 2 Trigon Primes ready to hit the rear of the tanks. Squads here are holding, morale is good, and there's still a whole load of Tyranids on the flanks coming forward. And over here the trench is still holding, Carnifexes are moving forward, threatening ever closer. Battle tanks are doing damage. We've seen what the damage the Baneblade can do. It took out that Tyranids with one shot over there. But everything else didn't really do much damage. The Valkyrie Vendetta has managed to, looks like it managed to kill a Carnifex with its 4 las cannons, and the other 2 las cannons fired and did hardly any damage against another. Over here, we've got the airfield. The Death Watch have turned up and are here to secure the airstrip. Again, there's another Tyranid corps threatening to attack the Death Watch. And we've got 2 Imperial Knights in support of this detachment. Guardsmen are in the bunker to see if there's any confrontation around this area here. This is a rear guard in case anything happens. And then, unfortunately, we couldn't see any targets with the Termagants that are inside the woods, so completely out of line of sight. Over here they've got the Tyranids coming out through the woods, and there's one of the objectives there, the escape pod. But I don't think anybody is in there. There's more warriors being deployed there now, more reinforcements for the Tyranids coming through the woods, and it looks like the Death Company have been ordered to exterminate this Tyranid threat over here. End of Tyranids turn 2, and there have been quite eventful moments in the game. Cato Sicarius has been slain by the Hive Tyrant. Fate is unknown as to where he is. He could be alive, could be dead. So they do kill the Warlord successfully there. Over here, Tactical Squad has disembarked from the Rhino, suffered 2 casualties from the wrecked Rhino, and due to the Trigon assault. Over here, a Lieutenant has caused 2 points of damage with a Power Sword against the Hive Tyrant, and the Dreadnought has caused, looks like there's 5 wounds left on the Dreadnought, and the Dreadnought, sorry, the Carnifex has got 1 wound left on there. I'll beg your pardon, it's got 7 wounds left. That was telling me there's 7 wounds left on that Carnifex. He's only suffered 1 wound. Over here, it's absolutely crazy. Loads of Hive Tyrants. Flying Hive Tyrants, Harpies, Hive Crones have turned up from the field. Death Company holding up against here. Looks like the Bale Predator has been assaulted by the Carnifex. Over here, Tyranids moving through the woods around here. And then we've got a whole load of Gene Stealers coming through into here. Another Broodlord, Lictors and Raveners looking to assault the Death Watch over here, accompanied by 2 Imperial Knights. Imperial Guard is still holding position there. And over here, conscripts are taking casualties, but thankfully the Commissar is around within the 6-inch bubble and they hold morale due to the fear of the Commissar rather than the enemy. And yeah, coming around over here, the Macarius Vanquisher has been destroyed due to the combined firepower of the warriors, and you got the Trigons as well. They absolutely smashed that to pieces, and it didn't explode, so it's just a smouldering wreck. We left the smoke there for aesthetics, and that looks like, oh, we've got some combats over here. Blood Angels have turned up over here, Dark Angels have turned up, and Scutari, and now this section of the city has been attacked by the Brutal. There is so much going on, it's pandemonium, and it's the real fog of war and chaos of war. Yeah. Gene Stealer cults are coming out through here, and looks like the Gene Stealers are attacking the scouts over there. You can see there's a whole load of mess there. And looks like the Death Company Dreadnought is attacking the Gene Stealers and holding them up. And Commander Dante is still holding around there. And then over here, the Tyranids are moving forward to them, but the Ultramarines have yet to deploy. They're still in their rhinos, waiting to counterattack the Tyranids from the cathedral. So there will be a fight happening, hopefully, on turn 2. There are still reinforcements to come on. They've still got the Assault Marines to turn up. Even with the fate of their commander is unknown. He has been wounded by the Hive Tyrant. He is no longer part of this game. So it's a joint effort from the chapters that are present today and the Imperial Guard. They're still holding strong. The objectives are being held, but we'll see what happens on turn 2 for the Imperials. Okay, it's the end of Imperials, turn 2, and we've done some significant damage back against the Tyranid onslaught. You can see here, still ongoing combat here. It looks like this combat has been resolved and the Blood Angels Tactical Squad has been destroyed. Dante over here has been an absolute hero for the Imperium. He's taken out a Patriarch and a Brood Lord in this mission, which is absolutely superb for the Imperials. So that's good news for them. The Gene Stealer cults, however, are still threatening to attack. It looks like the Sentinels are in trouble due to the Death Company that ambushed them from behind. Over here, you've still got the Dark Angels and Scutari and Blood Angels holding this area here. There are still Gene Stealers down there. There's just so much going on. I've done some damage here. The automated systems have been shut down because the Tyranids occupy the power station. So we haven't had any support from them, so there's no plasma obliterator to fire. These here are the spore cloud paying off for the Tyranids to protect them. And difficult to hit the warriors. And then over here, the trench line is thinning slightly, but the guardsmen are holding position. You can see here, the Commissar is keeping an eye on the conscripts. So they're in 6-inch coherency there. And if anyone retreats, they'll be summarily executed. They know their orders and they know that the stakes are high in this battle report. Hellhounds are performing very well, providing some rear guard cover. And the las cannons and the battle cannons and the Bane Blade have done really well, taking out a few carnifexes that are over here. The Vendetta gunship has done little damage, sadly. I think it only done 2 points of damage with its las cannons. The autocannons have missed and failed to do any damage, and these las cannons here are out of range. Over here, the Ogrins have made a charge and fired with their Ripper guns, killing a Ravener and taking a wound back from Overwatch and in close combat. Still the Lictors are there though, which can be a threat to this squad. And the Gene Stealers, led by the Broodlord, have been significantly reduced by the combination of firepower of the platoon that is inside the Storm Lord. Looks like the Imperial Knight is engaged against the Raveners here in close combat, using its Reaper Chainsword, probably slicing to pieces some of the Raveners. Deathwatch are doing a great job looking after the airstrip. And then over here, Tyranids are still pouring through the Imperial Defences through the woods. It looks like the Bale Predator has withdrawn from combat, and the Death Company are forming a screen to protect them. And then we've got the Hive Crone, the Harpy, all the Flyers, Hive Tyrants coming in, and they're going to really threaten this sector here. There is actually very little to stop them. The tactical squad successfully destroyed the Trigon. The combination firepower of Devastator squad from the top here, and they have taken down the Trigon with the firepower, and later they charged into combat. The Sarge heroically killing the Trigon, had to use a stratagem to reroll the wound, did 4 damage and he had 3 wounds left, and that was a threat neutralised. And the Lieutenant sadly had been killed by the Hive Tyrant, but in return, before he died, he went first in combat and he did 2 damage because he's got a Mastercraft Palace, but the Lieutenant has been slain. The Dreadnought, however, has done really well, successfully destroying the Carnifex, dealing out 3 times 3 damage, that's 9 damage of its Power Fist, which is really, really good. The Stern Guard withdrew, -1 to hit when shooting, so this guy's here, and picking out units over here. The Raveners that were here have been destroyed. The Predator couldn't shoot, unfortunately, because it withdrew from combat. So that is the end of Imperials turn 2. We've spent a few stratagem points to reinforce the Imperials, but the Tyranids will just keep on coming. That is the thing that is relentless about the Tyranids. There is so much to report here. In an Apocalypse game, it is quite chaotic, to say the least. The thing is, great fun. We all love it. And that's the thing about Apocalypse. It's all narrative and it's all great fun. It's very different to regular games. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go on to Tyranids turn 3. Okay, it is the end of Tyranid turn 3 and the onslaught has really come on. Got a whole load of warriors attacking this Chimera here with Termagants in support, and is reduced to 3 points of damage on that Chimera. So it's almost destroyed. It's in a bit of a situation and it cannot withdraw in a way because those Hormagaunts are blocking the Chimera's escape. There's a platoon command there that the Hormagaunts charged at and they were destroyed. But the platoon commander is still alive with 1 wound remaining. We've got a whole squad here just basically manning the trenches as best they can, taking pop shots at warriors as they come past. Those venom thropes there have been an absolute pain with their -1 ballistic skill to hit them. Leman Russes, this is reduced to 10 wounds left on that. Triangle on Prime not performing so well. Same with this Russ here, has taken damage. And what else is there? The Hormagaunts and the Ripper Swarms have assaulted. The Hellhound probably have to withdraw from combat there. The Raveners have failed to charge the Mortar Team. And the Carnifex has attacked the Chimera and completely missed. And then over here, the Sentinels are taking a little bit of damage from the orbital bombardment that the Tyranids have unleashed using their stratagem points. And this Sentinel here actually is reduced to 4 wounds remaining. And that's about it. The Tyrant Guard looks like have moved into combat with the conscripts, and the conscripts have taken a few casualties, but with the morale check of the Commissar nearby, 1 conscript has been summarily executed, so they will continue on the fight there. And over here the lictors have killed the Ogrins that are in combat. Those crushing talons that the lictors have do 2 damage each, and they're all really, really good. And they've consolidated near the missile launcher squad. Still, the guardsmen are holding this position here, and then we have the Gene Stealers taking on an Imperial Knight. It looks like it has 10 wounds remaining on that Imperial Knight, so it's taking a little bit of damage from the Gene Stealers and Raveners. Deathwatch are doing pretty well holding this position here in support of another Imperial Knight over there. So there's 2 Carnifexes coming over here and a whole load of Termagants and Warriors in support of the Tyranid attack at the airstrip. The Tyrannifex with the combined close combat ability have actually destroyed this Stormlord, and one of the combat teams has suffered 3 mortal wounds. That was 3 lasguns, and one of the other squads of 10 have suffered 2 additional mortal wounds. So it didn't detonate. We rolled the dice, it didn't detonate, but it has been destroyed, and there was a whole platoon being transported in here. And they will get to act like normal, so they get to shoot and charge, hopefully, and counter-strike against that threat there. It looks like there's a whole load of Hormagaunts going through the woods there, and a whole load of Termagants with flesh spores over here. Then over here we've got a whole load of Hormagaunts and Termagants and Warriors manning the barricades, and then there's more Carnifexes. The relentless wave of Tyranids just keeps coming, and Hive Tyrant flying with the hyped up steroid type Hive Tyrant over here, just performing psychic attacks, just basically being an absolute pain to the Imperial Guard. There's more spawns of Rippers coming out of this nest here, and then there's the Broodlord as well. This tactical squad hasn't taken any damage as such. The Stern Guard, the Tyrannic War Veterans, have taken no casualties, and they've removed 3 bases, which is good. Tactics from there. The Dreadnought is still alive in close combat, and still with 5 wounds remaining. He has managed to destroy the Hive Tyrant, which is really good news for the Imperial Guard. But guess what? The Hive Tyrant comes back anyway. It's just a never-ending swarm of Tyranids. And is there anything else? Ah yes, there's the Predator Destructor. It's taken 3 additional damage from the Gene Stealers with the Rending Claws. And it looks like the Lictor has attacked the Devastators, taking a bit of damage from there. And that is about it. It looks a little bit pear-shaped, but the Imperials are still holding the objectives, but Tyranids are gradually regaining them. There is one objective here that the Tyranids are holding. So there is no, I think it's -1 morale for the whole army, technically. So yeah, so the morale has been depleted, so the Imperials must regain the cathedral in order to restore hope for the Imperium. Guilliman will not be pleased if this city is taken. So, it's been a very long day, and we're not going to quit. This game will continue for another day, and we're still on turn 3. It has been a very, very, very long day. There's so much that happened. As you can see here, I am right in the middle of the battle. So a lot of calculating, a lot of math involved for this game. So what we're going to do is we are hopefully going to move on to turn 3 another day for the Imperials. Okay, this is day 2 of the continuation of the Apocalypse game SSWG, and we are now on to turn 3 for the Imperials. Everything's done for the Imperials, and they've done some damage back in return. These have taken no damage, the Ripper Swarms, and what looks like here, the Tactical Squad have done some damage to the Carnifex here. It's reduced down to 5 wounds remaining. Lictor's been shot, but thanks to its chameleon skin, it's -1 to hit the Lictor, so they've done no damage whatsoever for this Assault Squad. Ongoing combat here. With this squad here, Predator has withdrew from combat against the Gene Stealers, and in support will be the Tactical Squad. They've taken 1 Gene Stealer, and there's no casualties for the Marines. This Devastator squad that is on the top here, they withdrew from combat. They did fire support against this Carnifex here. It was -1 to hit for being a heavy weapon and Ultramarines Doctrine, so it's -2 in total. Got 1 hit, supercharged, and caused 2 wounds on that Carnifex. And over here, some shooting down. It looks like some of the Ripper Swarms have been reduced in size thanks to the Tyrannic War Veterans, the Ultramarines, and then we've got this squad here has withdrew, done some long range firepower over there. That's too risky to take out that objective that the Gene Stealers and the Morlock holds. And then over here we've got the entire platoon. They decided not to charge because I think the Overwatch will reduce the size of this Tyranid force significantly. This Trigon Prime's got 2 wounds left, and this Trigon Prime has got 1 wound left, a single wound remaining. And the Hormagaunts were not fired upon against this squad. And extra fire support here from the guys on top of this bunker against this unit here. And looks like the Death Watch are holding themselves together pretty nicely. The Imperial Knights dominating the airfield. Looks like, what's any damage that's happened?
9.
9 wounds left, yeah?
No, 9 damage done to
this 9
one.
damage done to that one. And
this one's fine. All the
fine.
Death Watch are still alive.
That's good to hear. Praise the Emperor. Anything else happened here?
You're looking very menacing.
Looks like the Lictor has been taking damage over here. Looks like it was from the squad that rapid fired here, getting orders. The Baneblade as well, not to forget, the Baneblade fired against that Trigon as well, extra fire support. Missile launchers fired at the Lictors, however it was difficult to hit them because of the chameleon skin special rule. 3 las cannons were out of range. I don't think they have true line of sight. I think they've missed actually over here. Because there's there's so much to report. It's the fog of war. And battle cannons, you name it, everything has fired. The Hive Tyrant's taken a few wounds against the infantry and the Chimera. These conscripts couldn't shoot because they withdrew from combat. Carnifex here has got, looks like got 5 wounds remaining with that one. The Hellhound withdrew from combat against the Ripper Swarms and the Terminals with Devourers. And the las cannons on the Valkyrie Vendetta have finally finished off the Exocrine that was destroyed. So that there is really the summary of Imperials Turn 3. Now we'll hopefully continue the game in this epic Apocalypse game, and we're going on to Tyranids, turn 4. Okay, it is the end of Tyranids turn 4, and we've decided to call the game because it looks like the Imperials have suffered a really bad defeat, judging by these objectives. But the one objective that has been held is the landing strip, the airstrip for the Imperials. The Death Watch have held the airstrip, and it looks like they hold the officer as well. The officer, the governor, has been rescued, accompanied with the Imperial Knights against the Gene Stealers. He will survive for the next mission. And you can see here the Tyranids are coming on waves and waves, and it's really that we can't stop them. So this section has been taken. The Imperial Guard, they fought well, they've taken a fair amount of damage, but they hold the trench line, but it's really in protection of the plasma obliterator, and that there is an objective, and technically we still hold that objective, which is good for the Imperials. You can see here the Valkyrie Vendetta has been devastating in this game, taking out a Carnifex and also the Exocrine that was there, so it did pretty well. And moving along here, this flank here is in really serious trouble. If we look over here from this section, the Tyranid warriors coming along here, Imperial Guard really taking a hammering over there. And then we've got more Tyranid warriors and Hormonals in amongst the trenches now. This is where their speciality is. The Tyranids get into close quarter fighting. Lehman Russ activated smoke, but it's still taking a lot of damage from these Tyranid warriors that shot their Death Spitters, Bar Stranglers and Devourers. And the automated defence systems have been shut down because the power plant has been occupied by the Tyranids. In close quarter fighting here, urban fighting, looks like the children are nowhere to be seen. I think the Tyranids have taken them. I hate to think what's happened there. So the governor's children are in trouble at this time. Right, and it looks like the Gene Stealer cults are causing mayhem as well. There is actually no Blood Angels. I think the Blood Angels retreated. I think as one of my friends had to leave quite early. So unfortunately, the Blood Angels have gone. They've decided to withdraw their forces. So the Gene Stealer cults have occupied this sector, and that means the closest model that is to this objective are the Gene Stealers. The Gene Stealer cults have fulfilled this objective here. The Ultramarines, however, on this side of the table, they have taken a bit of a hammering, especially with their leader dead. The morale is a bit low. And also the Tyranids occupy the cathedral as well, so it's a really big blow for the Imperials. They hold that objective. Looks like Turvagon, Carnifex are getting stuck in close combat, which is really nasty. And then over here as well, Tyranids advancing. Over there, there's just so much going on. It's a huge table. The Dreadnought, the Defiant Dreadnought, has been kept on going with its Power Fist, killed a Hive Tyrant earlier on, and many other Tyranid beasts have been slain by the Dreadnought Power Fist, which is great stuff there from the Ultramarines. And this flank here has been absolutely decimated. There is no Imperial forces left. Gene Stealers hold this section here and another objective. So, in summary, it is a Tyranid victory, and the Imperials will have to withdraw from this city. They cannot hold the ongoing swarms of the Tyranids. It's been a fantastic game. We've really enjoyed this, but sadly it is a loss for the Imperials, and they will suffer. Another city has been devoured by the great Tyranid forces. So this is just an introduction to the channel, the big Apocalypse game, and this battle report is sponsored by SSWG, Southland of the Sea War Games Group. If you're interested in coming to visit this club, Remember, you can click on their website, the link will be in the description below. It is www.sswg.co.uk. That's www.sswg.co.uk. And a special thanks as well to all the members that participate in the game and have built the terrain. The terrain looks absolutely gorgeous and fantastic, and these trench networks here, all along here, they've built all this. And you can just imagine what it looks like there. And there you go. Just gives you a man's view, or a Tyranid view of what the battle would look like. So there you go. That is the huge debut Apocalypse game on the JB Wargaming 87 channel. Remember, if you want to see battle reports like this, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment below, what was your favourite piece of the terrain on this board. And there will be future battle reports coming up very soon. There will be collaboration battle reports with Luke and with others that may be interested. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, and I hope to see you in the next episode.